Welcome to Empowered by Michaela Smith, where we talk all things corporate. If you are working for a large corporate organization and if you are a first-time leader, then these posts are exactly for you. Because what I'm doing in here, I'm sharing tips and recommendations which will help you to become an outstanding leader. Right. Today, I would like to address a topic that I think is probably one of the most important ones that you have to think about when you're just starting as a leader. Before I talk about it, I want to tell you the fact that you maybe know already, and that is that 80% of how you behave, the way you talk, the way you handle the meetings, the way you handle the conflicts, whether you come late to the meetings, whether you are on deadlines, following the deadlines, you are being watched and copied by your teams. Now, when you think about that, that's an enormous responsibility. So we are being watched all the time. And sometimes at my work, in my office, when I hear my guys talking or using phrases or words that I normally use, I always just smile, because this 80% research fact basically always comes to my mind. So be very mindful about how you behave. And that's the topic I want to talk about. I want to talk about today. How do you respond to situations? Different kinds of situations. And especially as a first-time leader, when we first time become the leaders and have people that we need to lead, we all of a sudden find ourselves very often in these very overwhelming situations. We have to deal with things that we have never done before. Our team comes to us all the time with different kind of questions, problems. Our peers want to have chats with us on the strategy pieces. So all of a sudden we really find ourselves in a new world, if you will. And here it's very important, guys, very early on to realize how are you coping with this. When a stressful situation comes to you, when somebody snaps at you, when somebody tells you something you don't like, how do you respond to that kind of situation? Not how do you react, because when you just react, normally what happens, you snap back or you accuse the person back. So you just don't give yourself any space to think about your reaction. But really, I recommend take a deep breath when the situation comes that is stressful for you, or you just have a tendency just to go quickly back. Take a deep breath and take a second or two for yourself to think about how are you going to respond to that particular situation. When we are stressed, when we are overwhelmed, very often our breathing is very shallow, and we only breathe up to our chest in here. So you do not have enough air inside you, and you're just really wanting to react really fast. But when you take a deep breath, you inhale all the way down to your belly. What you're doing, you basically take that 1 or 2 seconds to focus on your breath, so you don't focus on that particular situation, and that gives you the space to take a step back and just think, okay, am I going to snap back, or am I going to react calmly to this situation? Please remember, your team is watching you all the time, and if you react, if you just snap back, they will start doing the same thing, and it is definitely not a culture that you want to create in your office and in your team. I was coaching one of my coaches approximately 2 weeks ago, and she's a wonderful girl that is she works for a large corporate company. She is a first-time leader. She has got a team of 5 people reporting to her, and she told me, Michaela, I am so frustrated at work because it seems like everything or anything that happens in the building, everything is just one big drama. It can be one little thing, but just everything seems to be one big drama. And I actually bought into it. I am being dramatic. I keep snapping at people. I am not really handling situations the way that I would like them to. And I am really stressed out and frustrated. So we have decided to go and practice what I've just said. Next time when the situation comes, take a deep breath and really consciously think about your reaction to it, your response to it. And sure enough, stressful situation came very soon, and it was with a person she already had several conflicts before. This time though, when the conflict came, instead of having an argument and just go into a fight again as always, she took that deep breath, took that really 1 or 2 seconds for herself, and she said, okay, that happened, let us have a look at it together, let's try to solve it, because the client is waiting for our reply, and after we reply back to the client, we will have a look at it, how can we avoid this in the future. Now, when you react like this, when you respond like this, you give the other person on the other side no choice but to react calmly back at you. He or she has no reason to be snappy or to be aggressive. You calm the situation down and you set the tone of the conversation. And of course, they solved the situation, and 2 days later he came to her. He came to say how appreciative he was that she dealt with the situation in such a calm manner. He apologized for making the mistake and told her that he will really do his best to avoid these mistakes in the future. So there you have it. Please, I know it's not easy, it really is not. First-time leaders, we do find ourselves overwhelmed, and you are not alone. If you're feeling like you are going to lose it, you're not alone, really. We are all going through the same thing. It's a very human thing. What you have to do early on is just to learn how to control your response time and your emotions, and how you control the situation. This is how you become an outstanding leader. Right. If you would like to receive more of these tips and recommendations directly into your inbox, then go to my website, which is down below here, the video. Subscribe to it. I am launching a new coaching website for the first-time leaders in July, so be tuned. These videos are coming out every second Tuesday. You can also go to my YouTube channel and just keep posted and keep watching on how to be an outstanding leader. I'm very much looking forward to speaking to you in 2 weeks' time again. You have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.